there, welcome to the channel. My name is John, this is MMR Automotives. First, we're going to start today with a 2022 G70 as seen behind me. We'll go over a ride to work and a ride home from work in a spirited manner and a comfort manner, and show you what this great sports sedan has to offer you as a dual personality, single vehicle. So let's get started. All right, jumping inside 2022 G70. Using the remote start, pre-warm the car, get the AC flowing before we actually get into the car is a nice feature. We had our keyless entry, our keyless start, our wireless device charging, our Bluetooth audio automatically connects since we've already connected it once. This car is equipped with the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, but it is wired. We have a USB connection right here and our 180 right near our wireless charger. Jumping in and getting ready to drive, turn on our ventilated seats. It's a nice hot day in Florida. Car is also equipped with heated seats as well. Heated mirrors. This car does not have the optional heated steering wheel. Jumping in and getting ready to drive. We have our drive select menu down here. This car defaults to comfort mode, as you can see right there. As we jump in, we can adjust the dial to go between the modes, up and down. For the drive to work today, we're gonna keep it in comfort and go through a nice, luxurious cruise Monday morning with a little bit of caffeine. So getting started, foot on the brake, gear selector, forward into reverse. We get our rear view sensors, camera, front sensors, our mirrors tilt downward, and we're off. So jumping into drive here, nice, quiet ride with that active exhaust closed in comfort mode. We have a nice light steering wheel here. See our nice big display here, touchscreen. We can go through some of our settings and features. You have your map, your media, as I said, Bluetooth, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. We can do some vehicle setup, some customization, as you have a few custom buttons inside this interior. One of them being the star here, as well as the star on the steering wheel. You can decide what you want those buttons to do. Can adjust some vehicle settings like the custom drive mode, the active sound, which I have turned off, so artificial sound pumped into the cabin, turn it off. Other things we have are some of our safety features, which you can adjust or turn off completely. Some of the active collision, lane keeping alerts, etc. You can adjust some of the lighting, the digital key, some of your convenience factors, you name it. You have our quick selection buttons down here, so click on the map, back to the map. You can also go between your radio and your other media inputs like your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and your Bluetooth. Jumping on the highway here, we will use the advanced cruise control as well as the lane keeping assist. One feature I enjoy is auto hold. This button right here, once pressed, will activate auto hold for the entirety until you turn it off, even through vehicle on and off cycles. What it does is holds the vehicle at a stop, so my foot is not on the brake pedal, but I'm not moving forward. As we get going here, we'll use some of the steering wheel controls. On the left side of the steering wheel, you have your entertainment, so your voice controls for phone calls or directions, navigation, etc. You have your volume control, your seeking for your song selection or radio selection. You have your mode, which will switch between your media types, and then you have a custom button that you can customize and have it do a few different options. On the right side, as I mentioned, we have our active lane keep and our advanced cruise control, which I will turn on right now. Set the desired temperature, the desired speed using this toggle right here. Set the speed you want, and then take your foot off the gas and brake, and just hold the steering wheel lightly and let the car drive itself. Right here we have a selector that goes through our digital display, displaying speed, tire pressure, as well as engine temp, oil temp, boost, and a few others you can add. Putting the blinker on here turns off our active lane keep, but does keep our advanced cruise control going. A collision warning given by the system, even though we are still using the advanced cruise control. The lane keep with the blinker off turns right back on. Turning those off with one click and then two click to turn both the cruise control and the lane keep off. We'll take the rest of the back road section on our drive to work manually. Speaking of comfort, the suspension did a wonderful job soaking up bumps as we cruise along the highway. These seats are very comfortable, nice and roomy. These perforated leather seats do a good job of keeping you comfortable while also not letting you slosh around in the seat too much. The steering wheel is leather wrapped with some perforated leather by the steering wheel controls. It's a nice touch, good width for my hands. I am 5'8", 185 pounds. For those who are interested in the seat dynamics as well as the seating position, which I find to be very customizable, can go very high as well as very low. We'll let this car merge in with us here. So far the touch surfaces are great. As I mentioned, the steering wheel feels great. Gear selector is leather wrapped. The center console for resting your elbow is leather wrapped. The door is also leather wrapped in certain portions with some soft touch plastics up top. You have some leather wrap with some nice red stitching in front of the entertainment. The touchscreen, which is nice for resting your hand while you engage with that touchscreen. You can hear that active exhaust when we take off a little hot there. Right now in comfort mode, it is closed, so we are hearing a much reduced sound level from that exhaust. Zero intake noises in comfort mode. Nice, subtle ride to work. Very luxurious. We take some of these twisties, cruising along to work. Car is very composed. A nice brake pedal. Accelerator pedal has a little bit of delay in comfort mode as we ease into that power. In comfort mode, the car does like to shift before you get into boost, unless you really slam that pedal down and down to the floor. But still does a nice job for passing speeds as well as getting you up to speed in a comfortable manner. So, pulling into work here, that is our 10-mile commute from home to the office. A nice luxurious cruise in the morning to work. Great way to start the day as you enter the office building. Nice and relaxed. Car lets you wake up slowly. Ventilated seats, keeping me nice and cool in this hot Florida sun in the morning. A nice light steering wheel, warms up the muscles, but isn't overly heavy for that morning commute when you're trying to relax. A very comfortable suspension, limited road noise, wind noise, and with a little bit of this nice Lexicon sound system, would be a wonderful ride to work. So that wraps up the ride to work. Throw the device on the wireless charger and get ready for the spirited commute home. We will throw this car using the drive mode select into Sport Plus, as we can see right there. Hitting it twice, traction control is off. We have the sports exhaust activated, a weighted steering wheel, and we're off. Paddle shifters on the steering wheel that are steering wheel mounted. As we twist, you can see they come with me. Pulling a paddle into first here, let's get started. Nice quick shifts coming out of that 8-speed automatic. As you can see, coming to a complete stop there. The car automatically goes back into drive, so we have to pull the paddle shifter to get started again, or you can leave it in automatic mode. But we'll get started. Pulling out. As you can see, quickly up the speed. That active exhaust sounds fantastic. The car holding the gear nicely as we accelerate through. The car does upshift automatically, as you can see right here. Even in Sport Plus mode, as you approach rev limiter and get there, the car will shift. Coming into some twisties, we will pull the paddle into 3. No delay, nice quick response, doing exactly what I want. 3 to 2, even as it approached red line there, we still got what we wanted. Car's absolutely planted. Steering response is fantastic. Car goes exactly where we want. The rear end, a little loose at times. These Michelin Pilot Sport 4s do a good job sticking to the road. These are the all-season tire, as the summer tire is an option. Having to pull the paddle again to get back into 1 there. As I mentioned, the steering input is fantastic. There is a little bit of feedback, not much, but the input in terms of precision and where you want to put the car is great. The weight is nice, weighted up for Sport Plus mode. We have our active bolsters that kept me in that seat planted while the car was taking some nice tight turns. Active exhaust sounded great. Getting started here again, gotta pull that paddle. As I mentioned, the vehicle is not equipped with adjustable suspension, but this suspension does a great job keeping this car planted and giving you the confidence you need to have some fun, drive this car nice and hard. Keeping the revs up nice and high, in that boost. Some subtle but some nice noises out the back. Jumping on the highway here. See, in third gear, 3,500 RPM, we can pull a paddle. No hesitation, gives me second gear, even though we were right at red line. Right up to speed, no problem. Plenty of passing power, plenty of fun to be had. We can quickly shift down, 3 downs into 5th, pull away. Brakes feel great. This chassis is very nice for a sports sedan. A great size, great response. Feels nice and tight, but doesn't beat you up in any sense of the word. All right. Pulling away from this light here. We're not going to pull a paddle, let the car shift by itself. Quick downshift as I threw the pedal to the floor there. Get the car to shift down twice. Plenty of passing power. Car holding the gear till we let off the accelerator pedal. Applying some brakes. We can see a quick double downshift. Taking our last turn here. The G70's spirited drive home from work. The nice weighted steering. The great comfortable suspension that keeps me planted, confident in my ability to drive the car. A nice subtle but noticeable exhaust sound from that active exhaust. Some great touch surfaces, good steering response. A little bit of information and great weight. A chassis that feels inspiring. Some good tires. Optional summer tires instead of the all seasons. Optional Brembo brakes. I do say the stock brakes are adequate for your daily needs. But that wraps up the spirited ride home. Wrapping up the video on the 2022 G70, this 3.3 turbo rear-wheel drive equipped car. A great sports sedan. We saw it do dual personality very well as we took it to work in comfort mode this morning. We took it home from work in Sport Plus. Let the rear wheels make some noise. Let that active exhaust sound great. The active bolstering kept me held very nicely in those seats as we took some of those twisties. That suspension doing dual personality very well, keeping the car stuck on the road while being nice and compliant when you need it to be in comfort mode and on that nice morning commute. This well-equipped G70, starting at $42,000, has wonderful seats. Comes with wireless device charging. Optional heated steering wheel, heated seats, ventilated seats, some heated mirrors, that nice big sunroof up top, nice and wide. A wonderful looking car with this 2022 update, doing dual personality so well. Finishing up as we walk around the rear end of this 2022 G70. Wrapping up this G70 commute to and from work. I'm John, this is MMR Automotives, and stay tuned as we walk through the sports sedan segment and walk you through more details on this 2022 G70. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.